But we had no access to the core way, and helping another culture was outside the Oathsworn's edicts.
Perhaps they need our help as well. Thank you for your help, Adelgon.
By the light, it shines as brightly as the sun. Are those airships?
But we're underground. I hear the Radiant Song? Is it coming from that crystal?
The Nerubians breached the Aegis wall, Farron. The darkness forced us back. Your fear of the dark will kill us all, General. We'll never survive unless... Quiet, Lamplighter. Outsiders are here. Who are you? I'm Farron, Lamplighter of Hallowfall. I have a relief cart prepped for the wall. Will you join me?
Anduin. I'm an adventurer, exploring Kazalgar with my friend. That crystal.
Star. We call it a star. Beledar, the Emperor's vision of holy light.
A vision of light. Deep under the ground.
We followed our Emperor's sacred vision across the sea,
to fight in Renalash, the final battle between light and dark.
We're caught in a storm, and golden radiance. In a flash, our entire armada was transported down here. Sorry, I was eating, and I expected this to be
You've been
fully
down
voice
here
acted.
fighting the Nerubians ever since?
I was just a child. The only child when we were marooned. The Nerubians have never ceased their hostility. They crawl up from their kingdom seeking a fight and try to drag us down into the darkness. Steel Strike's army does well beneath Beledar's light. Those bugs are good at extinguishing hope. We Lamplighters have trained to charge into the darkness. We save those who are lost, and keep the Dawn Towers lit. We're here. Great Chiron! You're alive!
Farron, your courage acquits you well, young Lamplighter.
The Dawn Tower won't be enough to hold them back. The Nerubians have gotten braver.
We must ignite the key flame on the wall. Its sacred flame will keep the Nerubians at bay.
A beacon in the dark. We Arathi are consecrated in the sacred flame. Do not leave my people on the field. These were true Arathi, holding onto hope in the very heart of shadow.
They seek the light of the sacred flame now. Come, their killers still live.
Look, those Nerubians are fleeing.
Not fleeing, advancing. They mean to destroy our air docks. Chiron, the Dawn Tower isn't lit. If Beledar should shift...
You're right. Your new friends can protect the people. We must ignite the sacred flame.
The threats have been spun. They will get their fated final war.
I look at these Arathi and see my son. I will slaughter every Nerubian in my path to keep them from harm.
Safe.
I thought we agreed you'd stay in Dornigal.
I heard stories of the Arathi. As king,
I mean, I was curious.
Cutscene! Just after Feirin and Great Chiron light the Dawn Tower, Beladar shifts from light to void and Hallowfall darkens. Feirin explains to Anduin that this is normal. The Arathi know what to do until it changes back. Illyria hears whispers from Zolotov, telling her to look for Zolotov deeper in the darkness. So yeah, Zolotov definitely got her eyes on our Illyria.
There's a chill in the air. I will scout ahead.
Be careful, Illyria.
Farron, watch the outsiders. It's dangerous to travel alone.
This darkness, how long does it last?
Sometimes only moments, sometimes days. We lost so many the first time it turned. We will travel by air. Monsters arise in the darkness.
To live under constant threat of shadow. How do you do it?
When night falls, the army enacts the shadow curfew. Get inside, get to safety. Incoming! Use the lances on those enemies. Good work. You'd fit in well with us lamplighters. As our numbers dwindle, some find their faith shaken. They turn to the whispers in the darkness. Look out! Here come more of those fiends! A behemoth! Quickly, take it down! Thank goodness. That was a small one. Those monsters can take out a warship. We must hold to our faith in the sacred flame. Ourselves. And in each other if we are to succeed.
We are the Seekers of Light.
Farron, thank the flame. Kobis are raiding Sinna's yearning. The army went ahead, but...
Say no more. Our new allies and I will go to their aid. Seek shelter immediately.
Halt, Farron. We secure the village, then rescue the captives.
They'll be dead by then.
The day of darkness changed everything. Soldiers, with me!
Help! I need... I'm more fighter than healer. Anduin, can you...
Not with the light. But I know first aid.
You have our thanks, Farron Lothar. And you too, outsiders.
Lothar?
There is fire.
If more of those fishy bastards try—
Did I hear that right earlier? You're, Lothar?
You know the name?
Know it. I was named for Anduin Lothar, one of Stormwind's greatest heroes. He was close friends with my grandfather, King Lane Rin. Few names hold higher esteem. You must be a lady, or...
Oh no, don't you start using formalities on me. My family is noble, but it's been long since we've seen great fortune. To think I had relatives in the old world. Wonderful. I hope I can live up to such legends. Wait, if your grandfather was king of this Stormwind, then Anduin, my new friend. Are you a king?
Not anymore. So, don't you start using formalities on me, either.
I search each day for a winning strategy. The Arathi will fight so long as the light is with us! Destroy those monsters!
Be strong, my friend. A wave of shadow. What just happened? Those shadows came from the Dawn Tower.
Farron, wait! We must withdraw to Merildar!
The tower!
Real-time cutscene! We zoom in onto the tower. Its light's been replaced with a shadowy flame. Ooh. Around it are Order of Night cultists channeling the shadows. Suddenly, an arrow strikes. Illyria appears. The cultists scatter, but the leader, Elric, locks eyes with Illyria. The shadows have spoken of her. Illyria threatens him, but he flees, and she turns her bow to the remaining cultists.
That was Elric, the bastard.
We have to help Illyria.
We each walk a line.
No! The sacred flame! What has Elric and his cults done?
Farewell, I don't know. But they claim allegiance to Xalatath, and so their lives are forfeit.
The flame is corrupted. Can we restore it?
This shadow, it's too much.
Anduin, help her. Call upon the light once more.
No, I can't. There must be another way.
So yeah, they did like massive cultist things and they turned the tower dark. It's not a great situation to be in. Especially since Under the Shadow monsters come out. And we'll learn about Elrin, or Eirin, or whatever he's called. The Arathi has been here a while, and the crystal started to darken, right? And once upon a time, they were told by their emperor, like, ooh, you must follow the vision and the light and blah, blah, blah. But this whole darkening thing had them wonder, what if the darkness is the way that it's supposed to be? And so they just kind of embraced the darkness and went with it and formed this whole cult. And of course, Xalatath whispering in their ears is not exactly helping. And they're slowly but surely converting more and more of the zone into darkness and yada yada yada. And throughout this storyline, we learn about Feyrin and the Lightkeepers, but we also learn about Anduin's trauma and his connection to the light. And the big fear that I had was that Feyrin was just gonna hold Anduin's hand and be like, this is how you use the light. And then Anduin was like, oh shit, this is how I use the light. But thankfully, that's not the case.
We are a light in the darkness. A cave. Could they still be nearby, continuing to corrupt the flame?
Look out! What are those things? They hardly seem real.
A trick of the shadow. I will deal with them. You all go ahead.
Quickly, friend. Elric is nowhere to be found. But these traitors are wielding powerful darkness up ahead. If we stop that ritual, I should be able to cleanse the flame. Stand strong! The darkness won't take us today. Anduin, your light. What happened to it?
It doesn't matter. I'm no longer worthy of it. More shadows. We're trapped in here, aren't we?
No, we're not giving up here. Let's go. We can do this if we stick together.
The light shines through you. But what if it goes out? What if you failed your people?
You think I've never failed? I've never made mistakes? I was never even supposed to be in Hallowfall. I stowed away to escape a family that only ever saw me as a failure. Was it a mistake? I lost an eye and an arm for it. Does that make me unworthy of the light? I regret nothing. I keep fighting because in the darkness, it's all we can do. I can't give up. It's not in my nature. And I don't think it's in yours either.
You don't understand. I've hurt people. I was controlled by darkness, but part of me enjoyed it.
Enjoyed hurting people? Or no longer being able to agonize over every thought and action? Having doubt, making mistakes. None of these make you unworthy, Anduin. They light your path forward.
The entrance. It's gone. There really is no way out.
Enough of your illusions, Xalatath!
Beladar's light has returned! Thank you, Illyria.
Illyria, we would have been lost without you. Thank you.
I'm glad you're all safe. Let's end this.
Oh,
My
yeah.
faith kindles my...
Animated real-time cutscene. Holy Flame renewed. Feyrin begins the ritual to restore the light, but looks back at Anduin. She's seen him struggle. She extends a hand. He refuses, but she insists. Finally, he accepts and joins in the ritual. Feyrin tells Anduin to relax, breathe, let it all go. Be here in the light. The light begins to trickle, and the ritual completes.
We need to return to Merodar. I need to let the General know what happened here.
This Order of Night is no mere cult. The Harbinger they speak of is Xalatath. She won't stop. Your people need to be ready.
Alric corrupted the Dawn Tower's flame? Ashes take that man, and this Harbinger.
We should grab some food at the inn while we can. One of the General's rules I happily follow.
Perhaps a moment's rest is warranted.
Friend, can you order a round of drinks?
Imperial-style wine, mushroom brew, pick your poison. We're always open when...
The cats are trained as well as the soldiers are. When one bonds to you, you have a friend for life.
Do you have a lynx?
Oh, no. No. I am not a cat person.
The shadows can be an ally, if controlled.
Anduin, we need to talk.
Of course.
I need to see Rain about my prosthetics anyway. Let's meet later.
I needed to see if there were really descendants of the Arathi down here. I'm the king of Stormwind. So many human kingdoms have fallen. I needed to know if there were others.
It was still a foolish risk.
You're not the only one grappling with the voices in their head!
What have you been hearing?
Beladar, the Emperor's vision. That prophecy that drew them here. It's the radiant song I'm hearing.
You have been hearing the star?
Yes. No, not really. When I saw Beladar for the first time, I had the vision again. It's related somehow. I wish Khadgar were here. He'd know what it all meant. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
Again, Khadgar. No, you're right. I wish he was here as well. We'll have to find our own answers.
I've gotten a look at the crystals and their keyflames. It's not Azerite, but it's close enough that I think they're connected.
Then you've realized when Beladar shifted for the first time?
Their day of darkness. The same day Sargeras plunged that sword into Azeroth.
Farron! I was inspired last Beladar's shadow. I designed a new arm prosthetic. I think you'll wear this one.
Thank you, Rain. But the shield you made me is all I need. I'm sure your talents would be better spent on other inventions.
It's my pleasure to make a new arm you would use, Farron. You told me about the discomfort and how it impacted your mobility. So I was thinking...
Rain? No. I have lived with my injury since I was a child. I've learned to do everything from sword fighting to dressing myself with one hand.
But what if I figured out the weight balancing? You said that was what you didn't like about the first few I made.
Then I think some of our veterans who will lose an arm to the Nerubians will be very grateful that you've improved the design. Rain, I've learned to navigate my life without a prosthetic. I don't want to relearn everything, but if you want to improve something of mine, a better shock absorber on the shield would be a blessing of the flame. Those Nerubians are getting bigger, and it puts all that weight on the shoulder.
Oh yeah? That's a tough one. Let me sketch out some ideas and get some measurements. I think that'll be an interesting project. Thanks, Farron.
Keep up your work. Everyone on the front line appreciates the new kit upgrades. Despite everything, the Arathi find joy.
If you're wondering about what is Zolotow, like for the longest time...
Send a runner to Farron's new elf friend. We need to talk.
For the longest time, people were
Farron
wondering...
tells me your friend wields the void.
Uh-huh.
I'm either going to regret meeting her, or thank the flame.
Uh-huh.
The Harbinger is from the Black Empire? Flames. One of the old gods?
No, something else. A survivor from the depths of time.
The Day of Darkness. Walk with me for a bit, outsider. I assume Farron has told you of how we came to this strange land.
What could she be? Anything.
The Emperor's vision. A prophecy of light, battle, and victory. For the Arathi and the Sacred Flame. I was newly raised to my position. Being entrusted to seek out an Imperial prophecy was a great honor. Our armada braved the storming sea and its impassable tempest. I thought that final storm was sure to scuttle every airship. Instead, there was a radiant flash. The Emperor's vision, exactly as he had foreseen. The light transported us beneath the surface of Azeroth. But still under the light of this star we named Belladar. So many died as the Armada crashed into the cliffs. We thought the eternal flame of Arathor snuffed out that day. Then, as we labored to rescue this stowaway child, Farron, we discovered that she had preserved embers of the flame, at risk to her own life. Brave fool. Yet I'm eternally grateful that she held on to that symbol of hope. Don't tell her I said that. Years later, there was a great rumble. We thought the cavern was going to collapse. It was the Day of Darkness, the first time Belladar shifted to shadow. We had put down roots by then. My soldiers left to make homes for themselves. They started families. Flames, help me. There are children now. I've had too many years of defending against the monsters that go bump in the night. Great Chiron and their lamplighters guided us through the darkness. But like Farron, they mistake saving for safeguarding. My people are brave and strong, but they are not all flame-blessed heroes. I know exactly how many soldiers we lose to the dark. If we play it safe, we might survive long enough for me to put my grandchildren on the front line. I welcome you, outsider. I hope your people's arrival and the Earthen's reunification means better days for Merildar. But...
okay.
I fear we have just made ourselves a bigger target for the dark.
I fear you might
Farron's
be right.
at the orphanage. She was the first child to call it home. She visits whenever she can.
So now we get...
We carry the flame. That's the warning bells of the main gate.
Cause
Children,
war and there may be
inside.
more. Yeah, but that's not how it works, though. Look, that's not how it works, all right? An orphanage, all they need to do is say
Belador's
something.
under attack. Children, stay inside.
It is nitpicky.
The Kobis
Nah, it's
strike
not
our
the main hub.
veneration grounds during Belador's light. How?
Yes, exactly.
Look, General.
It's the wording.
Darkfire. This is Alric's doing.
Here's the thing.
Arathi, push back the Kobis. Make them regret ever stepping onto our hallowed lands.
Howdy, killed the Jedi. Hello. Thank you very much for the 19.
Manipulates the Kobis through their hunger, and the Arathi through their fear.
Which I don't know if I'm allowed to use those
yes!
words.
Night falls! Renelas begins!
Oh, that's sick. Okay. So, Nefanos expected to be sent over to the Shadowlands to his beloved Sylvanas, and he kind of forgot that the jailer is the boss of the Maw. So the jailer took Nefanos' right and reason it is an orphanage and nobody loves you.
Join me in the shadows.
But trust me, everybody wants you.
Bring the Harbinger joy.
Alric's ritual is the source of this darkness. We need to break through this barrier.
I mean, I'm trying to think,
He
like, what
draws
is her
strength
age?
from
but-
the darkness.
I mean, imagine
So
that she's
do
20
I.
years old right now, then that would...
Alric thinks the shadows will save him. He should see what true power looks like.
We are well past being careful.
Now! Go for the kill!
The Harbinger spoke of you. She has taken an interest in you. Harbinger! Do not forsake me!
Yeah, that's the paladin talent. That's just raining hammers. Feyrin's rallying speech. Beladar remains in the shadow. Steel Strike tells the Arathi to fall back. But Feyrin says no! The Arathi should bring their light into the darkness. She leads Steel Strike and the Arathi in the Lamplighter ritual. They turn the Eternal Flame back to the light. Beladar shifts back to the light. The Arathi are safe.
Valeria, what happened?
For years I've held back the void within me, worried I would hurt my loved ones. When Dalaran fell, I didn't draw my power, and someone dear to me paid the price. Not dead, by the way. Like Elric, Zalata thinks herself safe behind layers of shadow. She isn't. Not when I can turn their own power against her. I will do all it takes to end her threat for good. Yeah, you're totally not playing into Zalatov's hand, by the way. You're totally not playing into her hand by diving deeper into the void. Nah, don't worry about it, Illyria.
Stormwind honors your service to the... What Farron said, it got me thinking. Perhaps I've been wrong about what the light wants from me.
Arathi, friends, the flame blesses us with victory. Your courage against the dark has saved the day.
Our holy mission to...
General, the Nerubians. They've opened a new front at Light's Redoubt.
We must prepare for Beladar to shift. Flames.
Arathi, mount up! Light's Redoubt calls for help. We bring hope into the darkness.
Livia's patience is overrun. We must buy the villagers time before the reckoning can launch.
Stalwarts, we are the wall today. Together we will stand against the darkness.
We need to evacuate the villages before the Reckoning's bombardment.
We are the holders of hope. Beladar shine on you.
The Arathi find joy.
Alright, let's climb on board. Advanced real-time cutscene. Anduin is lost. Verin, Alleria, and the player, they climb the ladder to the ship, only to see Anduin has been left behind. Anduin sees the Nerubians preparing a ballista that would take out the airship. He finds his resolve and jumps into the fray to stop them. Verin, Alleria, and player watch in horror as Anduin is enveloped by the horde of Nerubians and is kidnapped once again. Okay, bye, Anduin, bye!
Curse them all! Where did they take him? Do you see Anduin?
They dragged him down! I lost track of him.
Ash! We can't let them reach Mereldar! Blast them apart!
The darkness hungers. Let's give Xalatath's forces a taste of their own shadows. We've beaten them back! Let's get Anduin!
Hold on! We don't know what's down there. Reinforcements are on the way. We could wait.
We'll lose his trail.
Real-time cutscene. Airship tangled up. The airship descends into Ashkahet. The airship gets caught in the Nerubian webs, coming to an abrupt halt and immediately beset by Nerubian forces. Alleria and Verin fight off the Nerubians, but the lead Nerubian boards the deck, readying an attack on Alleria. Suddenly a vine, root, etc. whips out, sending Nerubian flying. Alleria whips her head around to see Orwena off to the side, helping defend the ship.